In this video, we will once again explore ideas about adding new features to Kenshi in the upcoming prequel. In a previous video, we talked about mobile bases, enhanced weaponry, and dungeons. And in this video, I'd like to talk about boats and ships, and perhaps other seafaring vessels, a difficulty mode shift at night with increased danger, and extreme weather and natural disasters, including volcanoes, tornadoes, tidal waves, and lightning storms. Sailing the seas of Kenshi sounds absolutely amazing. Imagine properly role-playing as a pirate faction, plundering the naval and merchant ships of the Second Empire. And if I had my way, I would take a group of pirates consisting of mostly skeletons and female warriors to plunder the ships of the Holy Nation in the name of Narco. Though I think the Holy Nation is much different 1,000 years prior to the current timeline, so this may be wishful thinking on my part. Based on previous comments, it seems like a lot of us, including myself, want to see water-based combat. Perhaps we have sea creatures or monsters that climb up onto our boats or larger sea craft, and we would have to fight them while navigating to our new destination. I'd also like to see underwater gameplay such as diving and undersea exploration with submersible vehicles, but we probably won't see this in Kenshi 2. Unlike the boats, there's no official concept art to support this idea. This is just a personal interest of mine. Another exciting feature that we might see with boats and ships is in the form of mobile bases or outposts. These ships or barges could house hydroponics food production, water purification, large storage containers, beds, and also light support weaponry for defense. And not to go into wild speculation, but judging from some of the concept art from lo-fi games, we might even see more water in the form of rivers, assuming the climate in Kenshi was different 1,000 years prior to the first game. The idea being that these rivers would help us move our mobile platforms and bases, and anchor in different ports, allowing us to travel up and down the map as we please. Even if the boats we get are very simple and don't have any of these features, I love to think about what the modding community could do with the water gameplay mechanics. I'm thinking of sailing to large, faraway continents that we can go explore. Okay. I think I might be hoping for too much. If you're a Kenshi player like me, you're always looking for ways to make the game more difficult than it already is. Even when I'm doing solo character permadeath runs, I still manage to find all the little ways to make the game easier. One of my favorite ways of implementing a higher difficulty in games involves introducing a large difficulty spike at nighttime. Games such as Dying Light, Dragon's Dogma, and Castlevania all do this to near perfection. I would love for nighttime to be spooky or even scary in Kenshi 2. I want to be a little bit timid or afraid to take my squads out at nighttime for fear of larger, more ferocious, and more powerful enemies in larger numbers roaming the wastes. I would even love to see certain world bosses that only come out at night, like you find in Elden Ring with the Knight's Cavalry and Deathbirds. This feature could even be extended to gameplay in bases where it's much more difficult to fend off raids at night. Having even more extreme weather variety in Kenshi could make it more exciting, and giving players more reasons to build shelters could make the game even more engaging than it is now. Lightning storms and tidal waves could pose threats while you're navigating Kenshi's oceans, and volcano eruptions and tornadoes could pose extra threats while you're traversing on land. Specifically focusing on tornadoes, the interesting thing about them is that they could strike anywhere, unlike the lasers that we see in Venge that are limited to a specific area. And given how fast tornadoes can move, it could make the gameplay a little bit more intense. Ideally, these weather patterns would be added in such a way that it would be balanced so that it would add extra excitement to Kenshi without making it tedious to travel from one place to the next. What will you use your boat for in Kenshi 2? Are you going to become a pirate, or maybe you'll trade and become a seafaring merchant? And do you think Kenshi needs to be harder, or do you think the gameplay and difficulty is perfect the way it is? Let me know in the comments below. Most of all, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. As always, take care of yourself and look after each other. I will see you in the next video.